Once you learn this setup, it will be one of the only setups you need to consistently make money as a day trader. What's going on, team? It's Professor JDUN Trades with Team Bull Trading here, and I hope you all had a discipline-filled trading day. In today's video, school is in session, and I'm going to break down the only setup that you need to become a consistently profitable trader. One that I have mastered during my 9 years of trading, one that I trade as long as it's present every single day as a trader, and one that had our Team Bull community making money like this today.
Right.
Yes, it works. Yes, it's effective. And now, yes, it's time for you, the trader, to learn it. Now, as you may or may not know, I do not trade the first 15 minutes. I use that to find our range. So after the first 15 minutes, I'm always going to mark the 15-minute high and the 15-minute low. I always want to know where our high point and low point is of that first 15-minute range. Now, another key level, or two key levels, I should say, that you need to know are what hour our pre-market low, right? What is our pre-market low area, and what is our pre-market high? So let's go ahead and mark that out. Pre-market high is here, right? And our pre-market low was down here. So I always want to know those four areas of confluence, because a lot of times you'll see good entry points and good price action come around those specific areas. Now, for today's particular trade, I'm going to remove these because they get a little noisy when we're trying to look at price action. I saw that we had a few moves up, a reversal candle here, and a move down. Now, I did not catch this move down right here. I was talking about it in Team Bull, saying I like shorts, didn't execute, doesn't matter what I like. What matters is how I execute as a trader, because hindsight does not pay the bills, executing does. Now we move down, move down, move down. All of these moves, might I add, on good volume. We're not seeing decreasing volume, which means the move is likely real. So as we push down, I'm looking for the next pop-up to try puts or shorts. Today I traded options, so it was puts. Now, there's two things I'm looking for here. I'm looking for our 15-minute low retest, meaning we retest this 15-minute low wick right here, so this 574.7 for a shorts entry. I'm also looking for a potential early entry at this pre-market low. You can see we had an aggressive move down with supporting volume through that pre-market low. So on this candle up here, right around this 574.3, 574.2 is where I start my early entry. And as you see here, I did this in real time, recording my screen. Now, I'm also at this point willing to add more, because as a trader, you're never going to have a perfect entry. This is something that I struggled with for a long, long time. I always wanted the perfect entry, when in reality, your job as a trader is to size yourself properly to handle a little more drawdown in order to be able to stay in the trade longer and catch the move that if you're always waiting for a perfect entry, you will never catch. So that's why I always recommend people, less size equals more profitability. It may not seem that way, but if you can catch a move that you may have a little more drawdown in, but end up catching the big move after, that's going to pay you more over time, because you're never going to be perfect. I mean, once in a while you might be, but as traders, our job is to be disciplined, follow a plan, follow a system, and execute on it. Now, I enter right here, 574.3. I'm willing to add more up to our 15-minute low right here. So I get a first entry, no second adds clearly, because we go down the rest of the day. And unfortunately for myself, on this trade, I'm targeting 573. If you saw my clip on Instagram at JDUN Trades, I post all my recorded trades there. You hear me say that I accidentally sold my whole position when I wanted to sell half on this move down, and I wanted to sell the other half, right, either A at 573 or B when I decided to on this aggressive move down, because I knew that it had more gas in the tank, right? You could see very clearly from this price action that we were weak. We failed to go higher above this pre-market high. We had aggressive moves down. We executed on one of my A+ setups, which is that 15-minute low retest and that pre-market low retest on a trend entry day. And so I wanted to hold my runners. Unfortunately, I made a rookie mistake. I was live streaming, had a lot going on. I sold my whole position when I thought I had half of it sold, and I didn't get to catch the rest of this move. What was over $1,000 day Could have been a $5,000 day, $3,000 day. Doesn't matter what it could have been because I didn't execute. But the point being is that this strategy is very simple. You can see it in real time, right? Whether we're going up or down. You can take this chart, flip it in reverse, or flip it upside down, and operate the same strategy to the upside. You wait the first 15 minutes, mark the high, mark the low, wait for aggressive sell or buy candles, and follow the trend entry on this 15-minute low or at pre-market low like today. This was just a textbook day and textbook example for you guys to learn from. This whole zone was money bags for an entry and a move down. And your job as a trader, what's going to make you the most money over time isn't being right all the time. It's not catching the perfect entry. It's being able to trade with the trend and focus on managing your risk on every single trade. Yes, this setup will fail sometimes. It will. But if this setup works 6 or 7 times out of 10 and you manage your risk on the 3 or 4 losers that you have, you maintain that discipline like we talk about every single day on this YouTube channel, that's what's going to make you profitable over time. And that's what I care about. I don't care if you make money today. I don't care if you make money tomorrow or even this week or month. What I care about is that you make money over the next year, over the next 2 years. And that's why I'm all in your throats every single day saying discipline over dopamine, discipline over dopamine, discipline over dopamine, because as traders, every time we click that buy button, every time we click that sell button, we are hit with rushes of dopamine. And if you allow that to take over your trading psychology and your mindset, and you start revenge trading, over trading, tilt trading, whatever it may be, that is the destruction of many traders, and it will destroy you over time. Might not destroy you today, might not destroy you tomorrow, but over time, you will lose if you're not prioritizing your discipline. That is where I say our edge is in Team Bull, and what I help traders with the most is building up their discipline, building up their trust in their system, giving them an A to Z guide, where to enter, where to exit, how to keep their composure during the good times, during the bad times, and during the middle ground. So as a trader, make it a point tomorrow, the next day, the next week, whenever you're seeing this, to choose discipline over dopamine, to follow your plan, to list out, say, the 5 things you struggle with most, grab a sticky note, put them on your computer in front of you. Because if you can't acknowledge and become accountable for what you're doing wrong, the right things are never going to come. You have to be aware of where your weaknesses are so you can focus on them, build them up stronger, and turn them into strengths. That is why having set systems, set simple to learn strategies like this is so valuable. Unlike a lot of the ICT folks, they make it super effing complicated, right? There's a million different terms, and that's why a majority of people get confused and end up losing money. That's why when you learn simple things like this, mix in a few more facets and unique things to your system, right, that you can know when to enter, know when to exit, that's when consistent profitability comes. And that's why Team Bull's been around for 4+ years. That's why I've been trading for 9 years. Trading is the easiest way to make hard money, right? It's easy to make it, hard to keep it. So we have to all become and keep focusing on becoming professional risk managers, focusing on what's important, which is always defining the risk, managing it, and keeping the money that you make. And of course, for the 8th time today, choosing discipline over dopamine. Make sure you tap in, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys in the next video or in Team Bull. Free Discord below. God bless.